So yesterday we had Whitney Bandheimer, who is the Vice President of Human Resources, come in and discuss celiac disease with us. And I just want to discuss a couple of the things that we went over in class. So first I'm going to describe what celiac disease is. Celiac disease is not being able to, your body is not able to digest gluten. And once the gluten is actually in the system, the body will decide to attack itself, thinking it is a disease or a bacteria, and will try to kill it. The three foods people cannot eat if they are celiac. They cannot eat, like I said, wheat. So anything gluten. So wheat, oats. There's one more, rye. They can't eat those kind of foods because they all contain gluten. You have to be careful of what foods have even touched, if it's ever been near wheat or rye or oats like that. You have to be careful for cross contamination. So they have to make sure that their food's prepared away from all that. Make sure it doesn't even touch the same grill, because it can still affect that person. Another thing I learned yesterday is that with celiac disease, you can also become lactose intolerant and not be able to process milk or cheese. And the reason because of that is the villi in the small intestine, once it detects gluten in the system, it all flattens out and it's not standing straight up like it usually is. So the lactase that's on those villi are not able to break down any lactose. Therefore, you cannot eat cheese, milk, or anything like that until those villi are healthy again, which can take up to 6 months. The treatment for celiac disease is vitamin supplements, because you cannot eat certain foods. You have to make sure you're taking vitamin D and vitamins like that. Also, you have to go on a completely gluten-free diet. And as she put it, not the hipster kind. It's serious. It has serious health effects, so you have to make sure that you adhere to the strict diet. And she also described what certain gluten-free foods are and what exactly does that mean. And up until a couple years ago, that did not have an actual definition from the FDA. Now it does. So a certified gluten food is, forget the exact percentage, but it's such a small part. It's like 1 in a couple million parts per million of gluten in a food. So there's really no gluten in that food. So those are the kind of foods that they can eat. She switched over to a whole foods diet, and that's been working out for her, and she's been adhering to it, and she's been feeling a lot better ever since. I learned a lot from this talk. It was actually a really cool conversation we got to have. She's a fantastic presenter, and I can use this in my clinical practice. I feel much more educated on what celiac disease is and how gluten affects those with celiac disease.